Hi, I'm Matt Sauer from Washington Middle School, reporting live at Maloney High School Prep Rally with Coach Brennan. Coach, what is the strength of your team?
The strength of the team this year is that our kids show up to work every day. They're working really hard. They care about each other, and hopefully that pays off tomorrow morning.
As a first-year coach, what do you think of the Spartans?
I think they're great. I took this job because I knew Maloney was a really special place and had a lot of tradition and history, and our kids are living up to that right now, and hopefully we come out with a W tomorrow morning.
Great. Thanks, Coach Brennan.
Hi, I'm Julia Kudevich from Washington Middle School here at the Maloney High School Pep Rally with Jofi, co-captain of the football team. What is the strength of your team?
The strength of our team is that we have a lot of guys that are willing to give it all they got and play their hearts out every day and every game, and that's all we could ask for.
Is there anyone you want to give a big shout out to?
Yes, indeed. The shout out that I want to give out to is Coach Brennan. He's a brand new coach for New Jersey. He's helping us out offensively and defensively wise, and we just thank him for such a contribute to our team.
I'm Regan Smith reporting from the LMS News Broadcast Club. Today I'm with the coach for the 10-0 Platte Panthers. Hi, what's your favorite thing about football?
My favorite thing about football is just the camaraderie, the team aspect of it. You know, individual sports, you can have one person that's really good and they can just dominate. In football, everybody has to be good if you want to be the best.
How does it feel for you to represent Platte on Thanksgiving?
Feels pretty good. I've done it for 4 years now. My freshman year, I sat on varsity sideline. This is my third year actually playing in the game. There's a big history behind the Thanksgiving Day game. People like my father have played in it, a lot of my family. So to represent Platte, it's a big thing for me and a lot of the players on the team.
Hi, I'm Benjamin Fernandez, reporting for Lincoln TV. Today I am with
Cream Wofford. I'm Cream Wofford.
Quarterback for the 10-0 Platte Partners. Tell me how you feel about this year's football season.
We're doing pretty good right now. We're 10-0 right now. We won the conference championship for the second time in a row.
Oh, that's great.
Everyone's gelling together. Like, we're really a team. Like, no bickering. Overall, I think we should make a good run.
Hi, I'm Kevin Galasso, reporting for LMS News. I'm here with Mike Barnett of the Platte Panthers. What will you miss most about the football after the season?
I'm just gonna miss my teammates, and just the good times we've had in the locker room, on the field, everywhere.
At least you'll remember them really well.
Yeah, I will.
Hi, I'm Amy Fliss, reporting for LMS Broadcast Club. Today I'm with Jason for the 10-0 Platte Panthers. What is your pregame meal?
We, as a team, we all have shepherd's pie before the game, but I don't think we have shepherd's pie before the game on Thanksgiving because that's in the morning. We usually get bagels with some Gatorade, but nothing. It always stays the same. If you win a game, you keep eating the same food before the game.
Hi, my name is Kira Malloy for LMS News Broadcasting Club. I'm here with Coach Bruin, the coach of the 10-0 Platte Panthers. So what is the biggest success you guys achieved this year?
The biggest success right now has been our back-to-back conference championships. We're hoping we're going to be in the playoffs. We've already clinched a spot. A win on Thanksgiving would give us home field advantage, which is another huge success for us. Majority of the success has been because of not only the great players that we have, but the team camaraderie and the fact that they're willing to play for each other. There's not a selfish person on the team. They're looking for the good of the team, and they'll do whatever it takes to win as a team.
Hi, I'm Madison Clancy from WMS, and I'm here in Maloney with Caleb Jean, our captain. And our first question will be, how will you contribute to the game?
Defensively, I'm going to have to make sure everybody's in the right spot and make sure we get the right checks from the coaches.
And our second question is, if you win, where will you be going after the game?
I'm going to go home, spend time with my family, and have a good Thanksgiving Day feast.
How many brothers or sisters do you have?
I have one brother.
Okay, thank you very much. Hi, I'm Isabel Fraza from Washington Middle School, reporting live with Mike Galino at the Maloney High School pep rally before the big game. What strategy will you use in the game?
My strategy is to have a lot of momentum and come into the game working really hard because that's how we're going to win the game.
What is the strength of your team?
Our strength is definitely running the ball, so if we just keep the ball on the ground all game, we should come away with the win.
Thank you, Mike Galino. Back to you, Tony.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Falcon Field here today. It's the annual clash on Thanksgiving morning between Platt, the Panthers, and the Maloney Spartans. Good morning. My name is Tony Terzi. Happy to be back in my native Silver City. I often tell people if my family and I stayed here on the east side of Meriden, would have been a Maloney graduate in 1983. But happy to have been asked to be back here again and helping to take you through a Thanksgiving tradition and the Stoddard Bowl here. The Panthers come in undefeated, ranked number 2 in Class L. They've already clinched a playoff spot. The question is, will they clinch a home game? And if they beat the Maloney Spartans today, which they've done in 10 of the last 12 meetings, then the Panthers will indeed have a home game on Tuesday night. It's so nice to be able to share in a tradition. I was telling some folks yesterday I was in Wallingford for the Powder Puff game between Lyman Hall and Sheehan, and it was, of course, driving rain on Wednesday and temperatures plummeting into the upper 30s, and the stands were filled. The girls were going crazy, and as I understand it, that is the longest-running Powder Puff game in the United States. Started back in 1972 when that town, Wallingford, split into 2 high schools. We're about ready for kickoff here today. Certainly the Panthers and Coach Jason Bruin know what's brewing for them. A win, and they lock up at least the number 2 seed and a home game next Tuesday night in the playoffs. The coaching staff for the Platt Panthers, aside from Jason Bruin, you got Thunder Thornton, Mark Thornton, the OC, the DC, Jason Birdie Nelson, the offensive assistant, Brian Fredericks, another offensive assistant is DJ Cooper, Sean Gannon, a defensive assistant, along with Ed Waters. Interesting about the Platt coaches, all of the coaches have played at Platt and had winning records their senior years. And all of the coaches either played with or have been coached by Coach Bruin. All right, Platt's going to do the kicking now, doing the kicking for the Panthers. It's an excellent kick. Back inside the 10-yard line, fielded at the 3-yard line by the Spartans. And number 48, Ja'Kai Whittingham. And already Maloney starts in a hole, 1st and 10. As far as the Maloney coaches go, the first-year head coach is Pierce Brennan. He played at the University of Albany. We'll get to his assistants in just a minute. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. First play from scrimmage here in the Stoddard Bowl, a gain of at least 3 or 4 yards across right tackle by the Spartans' number 22, Jaron Cogdell. He's a sophomore running back, also plays linebacker, checks in at 6'1", 180. Maloney going up tempo in a 2nd and 6. And this time nothing doing as he doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Among those for the Panthers on the stop, number 51, Alejandro Guzman, who's 5'4", 170 pounds of dynamite. Sets up a 3rd down and a long 7 for the Spartans from their own 20-yard line. The Spartans led by Number 16, their quarterback, passes for a first down. Excellent pass by Chris Dingwell for a Spartans first down. Out to number 14, Kyle Hartenstein, who's a senior, checking in at 6'1", 175. Again, the Spartans keep it up tempo. First possession of the game here in the Stoddard Bowl. The call back to the double deuce. Jaron Cogdill picks up a couple of yards on the play. And the Spartans, who have won only one game this year, their first game of the year, are moving the ball a little bit from back inside their own 10 to out knocking on the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Cogdill again finds some running room to the outside and picks up at least 4 yards across the 40. Number 68 for the Panthers, Leroy Walker, among those in on the stop. 3rd down and 4 for Maloney from the 43. Handoff again, Cogdill close to a first down. It looks like he got to the stick based on where the official is going to spot the ball. There's going to be an official timeout on the field. The Maloney sideline motioning first down. It's spotted just shy of the 48, and he said, move the chains. So it's Maloney's 2nd first down in this, their first possession, as we're just over 2 minutes into the game here, no score. There will be a broadcast of this game on Channel 16, public access, on Monday morning. The game will start rolling at about 9 a.m. on Monday morning, December 2nd, and as I understand it, will roll on a continuous loop, at least for a period of time. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10 from the 48, the blitz. And Cogdill spins it out across the midfield stripe into Panther territory at the 48-yard line. Among those on the tackle was 51, Guzman. Scott Dargan among those who was blitzing. Got a hand on the ball carrier. 3rd down and 6 for Maloney, as Chris Dingwell, a sophomore, gets the call from the sidelines. Looking to pass. Complete, short of the first down. Pass caught by Alex Lespier, a junior who's 5'10", 185. It'll be 4th down and 3 from the Platte 45-yard line. Maloney changing personnel, indicating a punt, but you never know. When a team is 1-8 going against an undefeated team, you never know. It's windy, it's chilly, but it's Thanksgiving. And that's what it's all about, high school football. The kick by 48, Ja'Kai Whittingham, rolls to a stop at the 31.5-yard line, so not a good roll for Maloney, and that's where Coach Bruin's Panthers will put it in play, 1st and 10. Among the assistant coaches for Pierce Brennan for Maloney, Dan Hatch, Dave Walker, Joe Ferreira, Adam O'Leary, and David Stedman. Starting offense for the Panthers, of course, Andrew McBride is at quarterback. Watford and McLeod are at wide receivers. Ball carried by Tyson Leatherwood. Leatherwood picks up a couple of yards on the play. Second down and 8 for the Panthers from their own 33-yard line. Pass complete on the bubble screen out near the 40-yard line. Pass is caught by Olajuwon McLeod. And so now it sets up to be 3rd and short for the Panthers. Leatherwood carries for the first down, but fumbles on the play. Out at the 47-yard line, it will be a first down for Platte, though, as they maintain possession. Jumping on the ball was Olajuwon McLeod. 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 47. Panthers again coming in unbeaten, and a win today will seal up a home game in the playoffs. Back to pass, McBride, ball incomplete. Intended for Olajuwon McLeod. 2nd and 10. Andrew McBride, the quarterback, of course, transferred from West Haven, going into his junior year, looking to play football in college and study engineering. Here's Leatherwood, gets a block out across the midfield stripe to the 46-yard line of Maloney. And it'll be 3rd down and 3 from the 46. Not no huddle, but going up tempo is Platte. Leatherwood keeps the ball, looking for blocks. Excellent initial pursuit by the Spartans, number 51, Christian Torres. Couldn't make the stop, but it looks like we're going to have an official timeout for a measurement to see just how close the Panthers are to what would be another first down. Here in the first quarter, 5.5 minutes to play, and no score in the Stoddard Bowl, which many expect will be very heavily in the favor of the playoff-bound Panthers, who've won 10 of the last 12 Stoddard Bowls. My name is Tony Terzi from Fox, Connecticut. Happy to join you here on this telecast of a Thanksgiving tradition here in the Silver City. There are rally towels being passed out at the game, compliments of the Record Journal and Meriden Public Schools. They're very nice towels as well. All right, Leatherwood again gets the carry, and he gets tripped up. A touchdown saving tackle by Ja'Kai Whittingham, but it's a first down for the Panthers. And number 32, Leatherwood, who got up limping. 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 28-yard line. An official timeout on the field as Leatherwood limps off. And that will be a young man the Panthers will need if they're going to make a run in the postseason for sure. In the backfield now, taking over for Leatherwood, Hassani McKenzie. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Their first drive of the game. McBride steps, looks, fires deep, and that ball is incomplete. Well defended by Ja'Kai Whittingham, the junior, who's 6'3", 180, so certainly got some height out there. The ball was intended, though, for 6'2", Cream Watford. 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. Cream Watford also plays baseball as well as football. Nice tackle on Hassani McKenzie by Mike Galino, who's one of the Spartans' captains. Galino, a three-sport starter for Maloney in football, basketball, baseball. He's going to be playing baseball at Pace University beginning next year and plans to study marketing. So 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 for the Panthers from just outside the 25-yard line. McBride again looking to pass. Has a receiver And that's going to be a complete pass. A nice diving, stretching catch by one of the assistant coach's kids, Jason Nelson. Timeout on the field. It appears as though it's going to be 4th and short. They have not called for an official measurement yet. Now they're going to say it is a first down. They're moving the chains. A wonderful extension on that catch by Jason Nelson, whose dad is Bertie Nelson. 1st and 10 Panthers inside the red zone and inside the 15-yard line is Leatherwood, who's back in the game. Ties on Leatherwood out for a couple of plays to shake off a bit of an ankle tweak. And now he's back in the game. 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Again, happy you can join us for this telecast of the Stoddard Bowl. A Meriden tradition. McBride keeps. He's got some blockers inside the 10-yard line. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle by number 51, Christian Torres, and number 13, Bradley Polanco. 3rd down and short for the Panthers, methodically moving the ball down the field. They started at their own 31.5. We're inside 3.5 minutes to play, first quarter, no score. Leatherwood puts his head down and gets down to the 5-yard line, where it'll be a 1st and goal for the Panthers. And except for one run by Leatherwood to this point, Maloney not allowing big chunks. So the 1-8 Spartans holding their own to this point, but the Panthers knocking late first quarter. Leatherwood. He gets outside, but a touchdown-saving tackle. Nice shoestring tackle by Caleb Jean. 2nd down and goal for the Panthers. Timeout, official timeout on the field, as Leatherwood again limps off the field. And now they fire up the clock again as we approach 2.5 minutes to play, first quarter. McBride keeps. And no signal yet for a TD, so it's going to be a 3rd and goal as McBride is stood up just shy of the goal line. The toss to 2 for a touchdown. Hassani McKenzie breaks the plane and has the first points of the 2013 Stoddard Bowl. 6-0, the Panthers drive the ball methodically downfield. Maloney, a very solid job on defense. But with exactly 2 minutes to play in the first quarter, Platt scores first. The holder on the point after try is Olajuwon McLeod. The spot, the kick is up and appears to be good. It is. Banged through by Joseph Mwamba. And Mwamba has an interesting story of his own. He is a starting cornerback as a sophomore. Moved to the United States just 4 years ago from Zambia, which is in Africa. So Kobe Bryant known as the Black Mamba. We've got the Black Mwamba here in Meriden, right? Panthers on top, as many expected would be the case, but Maloney again, they acquitted themselves well. defensively there. I know they don't like to hear that because the Panthers got into the end zone, but Coach Pierce Brennan's team did a very solid job defensively. Again, another solid kick taken by 48, Whittingham. From inside the 10, he's banged down at the 22-yard line. Making the stop for the Panthers, number 81, Dwayne DeMace. He's a junior, 6'1", 180 pounds, penalty marker on the play. And typically that is against the receiving team. We won't assume anything. There's a chop block. And that will be assessed against Maloney, which started in a deep hole on its first possession, worked it all the way to the Platte 45-yard line, but then was forced to punt when they had a 4th and 3. All right, so Maloney puts it in play again deep, just across its own 10-yard line at the 11. Taking it out close to the 15-yard line was the double deuce, Jaron Cogdill. Just a sophomore, 6'1", 190. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7 for the Spartans. Not only do they have a sophomore tailback, they also have a sophomore quarterback, Chris Dingwell, 6'2", 180, good size in the backfield. Cogdill carries and is just able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Initially hit by Leroy Walker. Gain of a yard. That'll be 3rd down and 6. For the Spartans, who converted on their first 3rd and long situation. And one would assume a passing situation here for Dingwell and the Spartans. In motion, Tom Gagne. Looking long, and way long is Dingwell. The intended receiver was Kyle Hartenstein. Among those defending on the play, Kyreek Watford. And so Watford comes off the field, back deep to receive. Standing out around the 45-yard line of Maloney is Elijahwan McLeod. So on Maloney's first possession, they were able to move the ball, got several first downs. This possession, they're flirting with some danger. Wind in their face. And the ball is going to be down at the 47-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers on the south side of the 50. The Panthers scored on their first possession after an extended drive. The touchdown was scored by Hassani McKenzie. And now Tyson Leatherwood, we're going to have to keep an eye on him. He appears to have tweaked an ankle on a couple of different occasions during the first series. Came limping off the field. He's back at tailback for Andrew McBride. McBride fakes the handoff, looking deep, looking for 6. That's going to be a touchdown. A 47-yard hookup from Andrew McBride to Cream Watford. And just like that, on successive offensive plays, the Platte Panthers have scored, and now they extend it to 13-0 as we are just under 20 seconds to play here in the first quarter of the Stoddard Bowl. A beautiful ball by McBride, hooking up with Watford, who got deep behind Ja'Kai Whittingham and had just enough velocity and air behind it to get it through. The point after try by Mwamba is good. And just like that, after going the first 10 minutes of the first quarter scoreless, we've gone the last minute and 42 and a half seconds and have 2 touchdowns, both by the homestanding Platte Panthers. Come on in here, guys. I want to do a little interview with you. What's your name? Hector Cardona. What are you doing here today?
I'm here for broadcasting.
Now, if you're going to be a broadcaster, you have to speak up. So step right in here. All right. Tell us, you're broadcasting for what school? Lincoln?
Washington Middle School.
Washington Middle School. How involved are you in their program?
Very.
Yeah. What do you do for the broadcasting program? Do you do television? What do you do?
They work with the TriCaster.
What's a TriCaster?
It's what goes back and forth between the cameras and just like the audio.
You do any on-camera stuff?
Not really.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming out here today. Save me a hot chocolate. You having a good Thanksgiving? Yeah? Come on in here, bud. What's your name?
Elliot Good.
All right, Elliot. We'll have you speak up a little bit, too. What grade are you in?
7th grade at Washington Middle School.
And you're involved in the broadcasting program?
Yes.
Tell us what the broadcasting program entails in your school. Do you spend every day part of the program? What do you do?
The person who runs it usually has a meeting every once a month, the first Monday of every month.
Okay, very cool. And now, what made you want to get involved in the broadcasting?
Every morning I would watch the podcast game. I always thought that was cool.
Do you like to do broadcasting Sunday?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? Do you follow sports? Do you follow news? What do you like?
I follow sports.
Do you have a favorite athlete?
Baltimore Orioles. Chris Davis.
Chris Davis, wow. Here in Yankee, Red Sox, and Met country, we got a Chris Davis fan. Very good. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, we've got a timeout here on the field as we're in between quarters. After 1 quarter of play, the Platte Panthers lead the Maloney Spartans by a count of 14 to nothing. You know, I did an interesting story for Fox Connecticut a few weeks back. I was at the Pulaski Elementary School when Governor Malloy was there. And we were talking about the extended day program that Pulaski and John Berry also have here in Maryland. It's really cool. The kids don't mind going to school longer. And what the initiative is about is getting kids in urban settings who often fall behind as a school system in general to improve their achievement level. And they're doing that here in Meriden with the extended day program. Essentially, each school day is 100 minutes longer at the schools that participate. And that equals, over the course of the year, 40 more school days per year. They don't go to school 40 more actual days, but the amount of time adds to 40 more days. The kids are very receptive. The programs are very, very comprehensive. And, you know, the superintendent of schools, Mark Benigni, and the rest of the teachers and other corporate supporters should be commended for the program that they've got going here, the extended day program in Meriden. So we flip sides. Maloney has just been assessed a penalty after getting a first down. In fact, as you saw, Jaron Cogdell almost broke it for a touchdown. But Maloney on a 1st and 10 for the second time on the Platte side of the field will be moving it back 10 yards after a holding call. Getting a score update from my son, who is at the Sheehan Lyman Hall game in Wallingford. The Sheehan Titans looking to finish their season at 6-5 against the 2-8 Lyman Hall Trojans, and Sheehan is just absolutely destroying Lyman Hall by a count of 41-0 just before halftime. 22, Cogdell, who looks like he's going to be a good running back, slithers his way for 3 yards. It's going to be a 2nd down and 7 for the Spartans, who trail a minute into the second quarter here at Falcon Field. Again, my name is Tony Terzi. Happy to be sharing my Thanksgiving morning with you. I work at Fox Connecticut during the week, Monday through Friday, as a news reporter for the Fox Connecticut News at 4 and 5. And I'm happy to have been asked for the 2nd consecutive year to handle the play-by-play duties here on the Stoddard Bowl. Just a wonderful run. Great balance by Cogdell. Again, 6'1", 190. And college coaches, I'm certain, are already aware of him. 3rd down and 9 yards to go. After that penalty. Now another penalty marker. Maloney will be hit with a 5-yard procedure penalty. So instead of 3rd and 9, it'll be 3rd and 14 for the Spartans, who did a fairly representative job in the first 10 minutes of the game, both offensively and defensively, but then on successive offensive plays, the Panthers scored, and they lead it 14-0. There's a home run ball that was intended for number 44, Lesbier, from Dingwell, but there was good defense there by the Platte Panthers. Among the guys deep, Javon White for the Panthers, who are playoff bound. It's another punting situation for Maloney. For the 3rd time, they will punt. And back deep to receive is Olajuwon McLeod. McLeod is going to let the ball roll dead inside the 20-yard line at the 19, where the Panthers will have it again on offense. You know, Meriden Public Schools, their slogan is pride in all we do. And Principal Dan Coffey and the Casimir Pulaski teachers are proud to offer Meriden's first extended day program. I can tell you a little bit more about that. They've got what's called a STEM program: science, technology, engineering, and math. They've got hands-on activities, which, along with Governor Malloy, I witnessed firsthand. There's math enrichment. There's technology education. They have small literacy groups. Meriden's got it right for sure. They're trying to buck the trend of urban school systems throughout the state and the country, and they are to be commended. Again, it's the wonderful extended day program that they've got going on here in the Meriden Public School System. Leatherwood carries the ball, cut down by 51. Torres, he is a senior linebacker, 5'9", 200. And one thing is for certain, Maloney's come to play today. 3rd down and 9 for the Panthers, who spread it out. McBride looking long. The pass was complete. Almost intercepted by Mike Galino, who had it right in his mitts. It bounced off Galino, very similar to the Georgia-Auburn game last week, or the week before, where the Auburn receiver just happened to be in the right zip code and caught it for the winning touchdown. This not a touchdown, but a 1st down for the Panthers. 1st and 10, out at the 48-yard line as we approach 8 minutes to play here in the first half. A great block And a good run by Hassani McKenzie. Toledo sharp. Holy Toledo on that block. Gain of 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Panthers on the Maloney side of the 50 at the 46-yard line. Penalty marker. False start on the offense. That'll cost the Panthers 5 yards, so it'll set things back to a 2nd down and 9 from their own 49-yard line. Checking into the game, Scott Dargan at tight end, checks in for number 81, who is Dwayne DeMace. 3 wide to the right. McBride, design run. He's got some room, got the edge, got a 1st down, still in bounds. Very patient run by McBride. Tackled down inside the 24-yard line. And there is going to be a penalty assessed to Platt. There's a personal foul on the Panthers. And that's going to mean instead of a 1st down approaching the red zone, it's going to be a 2nd down all the way back to their own 40-yard line. So it's 2nd and 18 from their own 40 instead of from the Maloney 24, where it would have been a 1st and 10. McBride again fires out to the wing, but Maloney there fights through the blocks. 51 and 32. That's Torres and Jean with the tackle. 3rd down and 15 or 16 yards to go for the Panthers. The pass was complete from McBride to Cream Watford. Here comes the Maloney blitz. McBride has time, but he's going to keep the ball as the receivers were well recovered. Fumble on the play, and Maloney has recovered. Number 32 of the Spartans, Caleb Jean, a senior linebacker who's one of the Spartans' captains, says you will not continue this drive, like it or not. 1st and 10 for the Spartans out near midfield. 6.5 minutes to play. 2nd quarter. Platt leads it 14-0. Other scores after the 1st quarter of play: Weaver and Hartford Public scoreless, Rocky Hill 7 and Northwest Catholic nothing in the 1st quarter. Rocky Hill now leads 14-6 in that game. Cogdell with the carry. A gain of just a couple of yards on the play. Dead ball on sportsmanlike conduct call against the Platt Panthers. And so that will move the ball into Platt territory for the Spartans. And that's going to be a 15-yarder 1st down for Maloney at the 35-yard line, their deepest penetration to this point of the game, as the Spartans trail 14-0. Their quarterback, Chris Dingwell. Their feature back, Jaron Cogdell. Timeout on the field here. You know, in terms of Maloney players, or students, I should say, who are going on to college, some of the colleges that Maloney students are attending right now: Albertus Magnus, Bryant University, Central Connecticut State, Edinburgh University, Ithaca College, in central New York. Marist College, Norwich University, very, very pretty at Norwich in Vermont. Syracuse University, the University of Hartford as well. Among the colleges that Platt students are attending right now, we've got Bryant, Bentley, Central, Eastern, Western, UConn, Boston University. Kids are going on to school, and that's nice to see. Dingwell, back to pass, scrambles out of trouble. Dingwell's going to have a first down, gets down before he's hit inside the 20-yard line. On the 18-yard line, making sure he was down, was 41, Jason Nelson. Hey, don't forget, beginning 9 a.m. on Monday, December 2nd, Channel 16 on public access here in Meriden. We'll be running the game on a continuous loop. 22. Cogdell carries the ball, banging inside the 15-yard line. And they are well in the red zone. Are the 1-8 Spartans. Cogdell almost got himself to the outside, but just gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd down and we'll call it 6 for the Spartans as we are at the 5-minute mark in the first half. Dingwell in trouble, going to be sacked. '46, Handy Ellison on the sack for the Panthers. A loss of a yard on the play. 4th down and 7 for the Spartans, who won their first game of the year and would like to have bookend wins on this season. Platt's won 10 of the last 12. They lead this game 14-0. Dingwell, play fake, throwing, end zone. The ball is complete for a 1st down and goal. Well conceived, a nice catch by Tom Gagne. And the Spartans have it 1st and goal at the 6-yard line of the Panthers. Dingwell's pass intended for Hartenstein. Overthrown, but excellent coverage. 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. Dingwell's favorite team, he says, is the Philadelphia Eagles. Cam Newton, his favorite player. And he's doing a representative job. Mr. Newton would be proud of him today. Inside the 5-yard line. 22. Cogdell with the carry, setting up a 3rd and goal. The ball at the 3-yard line. Under 4 minutes to play, first half. Platt leads it 14-0. They scored on successive offensive plays in the final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Cogdell carries, wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. First hit by 41, Jason Nelson. Scott Dargan also on the tackle. Maloney calls a timeout as they will have it 4th and goal, the nose of the ball just inside the 5-yard line here at the Stoddard Bowl, which I believe started back in 1958. So that would make this the 56th edition if my horrible math skills are luckily correct. Nice crowd here today at Falcon Field on both sides of the field. And of course everybody after the ball game, anticipating getting together with family and friends to share in some turkey or whatever they enjoy on Thanksgiving. Maloney back on the field, ready to go. Here comes the Panthers defense. It's going to be 4th down and goal. On a 4th and 7, they converted to get it to the 6-yard line for a 1st and goal. Now they have a 4th and goal from the 4-yard line. Dingwell. Shuffle pass forward, and it was stopped short of the goal line. Number 32, Caleb Jean, stopped short of the goal line on a little shovel pass, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Panthers. Whoever has time to do so today apparently has counted the crowd at nearly 2,500 today. That's an excellent representation with temperatures in the 30s and the wind blowing just a little bit. Panthers coming out of the south end zone, leading it by a count of 14-0. 32, Leatherwood out across the 10, gives the Panthers some breathing room. 48 on the tackle, that's Ja'Kai Whittingham, as well as number 24, Nashawn Rhodes. It'll be a 1st down run out to the 12-yard line. Again, Leatherwood tweaked his ankle on a couple of occasions in the 1st quarter, but he's back in motion, and Leatherwood gets it across the 15 to the 18-yard line, where he's cut down by Tom Gagne, senior, 5'10", 175 pounds. McBride hands off. Leatherwood carries the ball out across the 20-yard line to the 23, it appears, and will be a 1st down for the Panthers. So they're moving the ball outside the shadows of their own end zone. We're at 2:15 to play here in the 1st half. Again, the rally towels being passed out here at the game, compliments of the Record Journal and Meriden Public Schools. 1st and 10 Panthers. McBride back to pass, plenty of time, looking long, but now he's in trouble, scrambling, and McBride's going to come back to the near side before he's cut down. 24 on the play, Nashawn Rhodes. Rhodes with the big sack. A loss of 12 yards on the play, setting up a 2nd and 22. Relentless pursuit by the Spartans, who were stopped on a 4th and goal and now look to force the Panthers into a 3rd and long. A long run it's going to be, though, for a 1st down. Hassani McKenzie with the burst across midfield, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Panthers. A huge run on a 2nd and 22 from his own 10, a 49-yard run to the 41-yard line of the Maloney Spartans. First and 10 from the 41. Pass complete. This time out on the left side to number 9, Kyrique Watford. Olajuwon McLeod out there, and Whittingham with the tackle. So the Panthers, 2 plays after they looked like they were in trouble deep in their own territory, are now approaching the red zone. And Maloney, McLeod looking long again. Nice play by number 48, Ja'Kai Whittingham, to save what would have been the 2nd touchdown reception of the day for Kareem Watford. Excellent. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers. From the Maloney 26-yard line. McBride keeps head of steam moving forward, and it was likely a touchdown-saving tackle by 51 Torres. The ball to the 15-yard line or to the 16. It's going to be close to a first down. They're going to say it is a first down. 1st and 10 now for the Panthers from the 16. As we're under a minute to play, and like they did in the first quarter, Platt is looking to score late in the second quarter. The Panthers lead it 14-0 over the Spartans. There's a timeout on the field with 45 seconds to play. Come on in here, big fella. What's your name?
Nathan DeCosta.
All right, Nathan. How do you spell your last name?
Decosta.
All right. Now, you were my floor manager earlier. Did you get fired?
No, I gave it off to someone else.
Oh, okay. I'm too difficult to work with. That's great. He said that. That's essentially what Nathan was saying. Nathan, what made you want to be involved with broadcasting?
Well, it was just something different that I wanted to try.
What's one of your favorite subjects in school?
Either math or science.
We'll continue the interview in just a minute, Nathan. We got a 1st down and 10 from the 16-yard line for the Panthers. Taking the pitch and weaving his way to the 11-yard line was number 2, Hassani McKenzie, who did well to avoid losing about 4 or 5 yards on the play. 2nd down and 9. Inside 30 seconds to play. McBride looking to pass, decides to tuck it under, keep it inside the 10, and he is going to get himself out of trouble momentarily. McBride ate up a lot of clock on that run, shy of a first down by about 3 yards. 3rd and 3 with 10 ticks to talk here in the first half of the Stoddard Bowl. So the Panthers call a timeout. They've got one remaining here in the first half. One of the interesting things about one of the Panthers linemen, Adam Enoch, he's got diabetes, has to check himself before, during, and after the game, make sure his sugar levels are okay. And it's pretty easy to see, number 75. Number 74 out there, Erlen Cologne, is huge. And certainly, no doubt, a college prospect. All right, we're back, ready to go. 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers. 10 seconds to left here in the first half. McBride looking to pass. End zone, throws one up incomplete. He will have another opportunity for sure. Awards given out today will be the Anthony Pansiera Award, given to the most valuable defensive player. The Underclassman Award is given to the underclassman who distinguishes himself through exceptional athletic performance. And the Bernard Sprafke Award is given to the game's most valuable player. Those, of course, will come after the game today. 4th and goal. Final play of the first half. McBride, pass, incomplete. And Platt will not score before halftime. There are 0.3 of a second remaining in the first half, so the Spartans hold there and will likely go to the locker room trailing just 14-0. Dingwell will take a knee, and Platt will take a 14-0 lead to halftime. The Panthers, who many expected would win big, leading by 14 points, still an opportunity to win big, but Maloney has acquitted itself very, very nicely here in the first half of the Stoddard Bowl. And in these rivalry games, you never know what's going to happen for sure.